May I ask you just, Bilbao's a great example, but in many of the descriptions of your work, the word context comes up, and how you try to get a bit, you take into consideration the context.
Context is another ethical thing, if you want to talk about it that way.
Exactly. So can you tell me a little bit about how you get to an understanding of the context? I was fascinated by the fact that you said, for example, with Abu Dhabi, it was very hard to come to an understanding of exactly what that context was.
Right.
But you seem not only to focus on understanding the context and finding a respectful place within it, but also actually changing it in a very ethically interesting way. And Bilbao is an example of that. It seems that it's sort of a living respect for context, that it's sort of taken on a life of its own.
Well, when I got there, and this happens to me all the time anyway, no matter where I go, some form of hatred, I don't know what, it's varying degrees of it. But in Bilbao, it manifested itself in an article in the newspaper saying, "Shoot the American architect."
Goodness.
So,
because
they didn't want to be treated, like little babies.
like a foreigner comes in to fix their problems.
Yeah, we're going to fix your thing. And they had a history of art there. They had a pretty good background in it, and they were suffering, and they didn't know what I was going to do. I knew Eduardo Chida, the sculptor, who I was friends with, so I had one connection. But after the building was built, the people that said that came around and took me to dinner and thanked me.
Wow.
When I got there and started, it was a rundown community. Shipping industry was dead, the factories were closing, kids were leaving, and so on. So today, this funny little museum, which was built for $300 a square foot, nobody wants to believe that either. The architectural journal.
Yeah, the budget was quite something, yeah.
Just recently there was an article that said it was very expensive, which it wasn't.
It re-energized.
It 3.5 billion euros to the city. The separatists in that area have stopped fighting each other. There's this glow in the city like you've never seen. It's just beautiful. People are happy. People are staying there. The art world is coming.
So that really is an extraordinary example of not just being respectful of the context in which you're going to enter and do your work, but actually have a lasting impact on that context and a dynamic impact on that context.
Yeah, but it's important that you don't just go to a town like that, walk in and say, "Hi ho, I'm here," and make a thing. It was required, and I suppose that's ethical, is take the time to read their literature, look at their art, meet their people, and understand as best you can in a short period of time who they are and what they're about. And it was amazing when I got there. And I've become really close friends with them. I could live there. And it's tempting. If Mr. Trump gets in, I might.